steepest part of the training track. It goes for about 50 metres. Now this, on the walk, there will probably be areas like this which will go for several kilometres. So in terms of walking uphill, it is really important that I get my fitness levels up for just these type of walk. We're out on another walk today. It's Saturday morning. Another beautiful day on the northern beaches of Sydney. This is again part of the training for my walk, which starts in March next year. Today we're going to talk about the reasons for actually doing the walk. The walk is called Sustainability for Business and People. What does that mean? This walk is going from Melbourne to Brisbane. I'm on part of the walk is going to be walking along the Bi-centennial Trail. I'll walk from Brisbane to the beginning of the Bi-centennial Trail, which is at Healesville, which is 60 kilometres north west of Melbourne. We're going to walk out of Melbourne along the highway up along all the roads to Healesville. At Healesville we'll probably stop for probably about a week, and we'll be holding workshops on sustainability. We will be bringing as many people to these workshops as possible who are interested in the future and are interested in sustainability. The objective in terms of being a focus on business is that businesses are the ones who provide our employment. So it's really a way of bringing the attention to business that there's a need to be from Healesville. We'll walk through to Omino, over through I think it's the Alpine National Park. I think it's about 157 kilometres. This will be a walk through some of the best country that Australia has to offer in terms of its natural settings. In Omino I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be running workshops there and talking to business, and again finding out from people and business how what they really understand to be sustainable, because I think this is something that we haven't really made clear. We've got this wonderful, brilliant, hairy thing with lots of fluff and what have you, but we haven't really talked to people in our communities who might be really interested in this, but we're not actually talking to find out exactly what is sustainability to them. We've got to find out. We've got to find out what it really means to the communities that I'm going to be walking through. We've got to find out from everybody right across Australia to really clarify what we need to do. Unless we do that, we're really in the dark. It's all fine. All those people who've got the passion like me, who believe that we should make changes and we should stop this and start this and should be doing that, and doing all this stuff. But unless we have everybody on board, we're not really going to get the changes that are necessary. And it's got to be changes that everyone understands and that people really want. Because until we actually have people wanting to create the change, it's not going to happen. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I've just discussed probably a couple of events, but I'm doing those workshops all the way through to Brisbane. Now, at each town there will be different events. I'm actually walking on the Bi-centennial Trail from Healesville to Aberdeen, which is 237 kilometres northwest of Sydney. From there I'll be walking on the New England Highway through to Toowoomba. And at each major centre I'll be running workshops. At each major centre I will be talking to as many businesses who are interested in taking on board sustainability, and really understanding what they think it is and what they need to know about how they can be part of this. Because there's one thing you cannot do is just tell people what to do. We've got to communicate the processes of sustainability, of creating the change. What are the potentials? What are the possibilities? Because I really, really think in my own heart that we have so much opportunity here to create something which is really going to provide a lot of jobs for all communities throughout the whole of Australia, not just for a few, but for everybody. But we've got to be able to show people how they can do it. And I'm really passionate about this, and it's probably, if it's the only thing I do for the rest of my life, this is it, is to make a commitment to create the changes that we need to make, but do it in such a way that people will want to do it, not be forced to do it. So at the end of this journey, which will be going from March to December next year, I'll also be doing a documentary which will encompass all those things that I'm doing on that journey. But one of the other important things is I'll be talking to people and getting their stories. Their stories about who they are, why they're doing it, what they're doing in their lives, what's important to them. Because this is also not about marginalising any particular group. Because this is a case of being inclusive. We've got to bring our communities together. We've got to get better connections between what's happening out on the land and what's happening in the towns and what's happening in places like Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane. We've got to connect between our east coast and our west coast. This is a big vision. And I suppose I've always been a person who's really thought about the future. I maybe at times have felt not empowered enough to do something about it, but this is my opportunity to really give something back to the whole of Australia, of mine, to see that we have change. But we have change which is about people taking ownership, about taking control of the situation, about being empowered. It's about having a vision for the future, a future that our children and their children will be able to be part of. So, just to finish off, this is just a start. This is a start which will go forward into the future, a future about change, a future about the possibilities, a future about taking things which we might see as being impossible at the moment and making them possible. And I would like to see as many people who see the same as I do, to be involved. This is not just mine, this is everybody's. This is the possibility of creating the future.